Gentlemen, and ladies, welcome to a fresh edition of Oilers Fan Reaction. This is more of an NHL news, notes, and what have yous. In case you guys haven't heard, I'm sure most of you have, the 5 guys have been acquitted. All 5 have been acquitted from charges. Whether you like it or you don't like it, whether you agree with it or don't agree with it, there just wasn't enough evidence. There wasn't enough, even circumstantial evidence to corroborate the stories that were being told in court today. So a judge did acquit all 5 from being held accountable. They're all not guilty. I can't say acquitted. They're all not guilty. What does that mean? For the Oilers front especially, it means Carter Hart is now available. Sorry. Trying to remember. So, yes, the 5 Ontario players in the Supreme Court, Justice Marina Carchola, acquitted 5 former NHL players. Michael McLeod, Dylan Dubé, Alex Formanton, Cal Foote, and Carter Hart. Now, I've said it all along. I've been very consistent in saying this. There should be another name that was added to this list. But the reason why he wasn't was because he was too big of a fish. Excuse me. He was way too big of a fish to fry. If you guys want to know who it is, ask in the comments. I will gladly tell you in the comments who it is. Anywho's, like I said, they were all found not guilty. Now, why is it that we're talking about this now? Now, because of this, Carter Hart is no longer on the Philadelphia Flyers. He is not under contract with anybody anywhere. So, of course, as soon as that happens, we get the rumblings, we get the wherewithals, the how you do yous, the wherewithals, the whatnots, the Bolshevik rumors. Oh, he's coming to Edmonton. He's signing in Edmonton. He's in Edmonton. Why? Let me do the cons before I'll do the cons first. The cons to bringing Carter Hart to Edmonton. He's not better statistically wise than Skinner. Is he an upgrade on the backup that we have for Picard? Marginally. Maybe a little bit. Not significantly. He's significantly younger. Yes. But, here is the big but in the situation. Will he be willing to make more than $1 million this year? Because if not, then no, you can't bring him in because you got to have Picard's contract go out. That's $1 million, so you have to bring his contract in for $1 million or less. I don't see Carter Hart making that sweetheart kind of a deal. He just got himself a pretty good sweetheart deal if you're asking me. But another con. Yes, he's not guilty. He's not guilty of the charges that were laid before him. That doesn't mean that he's not immorally wrong. And I've been very consistent. Just because they're going to be found not guilty. I said it since day one. They're going to be found not guilty because there's just too many things that were off the entire time. Her story changed quite a bit. She wasn't a credible person. Like, we can go back to step by step if we want, but we're not going to. Like, step 1, everybody assumed she was a young 18, 19, 20, 21, like 18, 19, 20-year-old lady that was seduced by these bashing and daring hockey players into a hotel room. We later find out, no, she was a 22-year-old woman that had drinks at the bar with these young men, gladly and willingly went back to a hotel room. What happened in that room It happened in that room. I feel bad for her and the situation. But it's like I tell everybody, don't put yourself into compromising situations and you won't have to weasel yourself out of it. Don't do bad, don't be repercussions. So, again, will Carter Hart play in the NHL again? I don't know. Me personally, I doubt it. Will he be an Edmonton Oiler? No. Again, you're going to bring another guy into the locker room, and let's just say that he does want Edmonton as a suitor. The Oilers now have to look at their locker room, and they have to go to their key players, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Ekholm, Nurse, Hopkins, Hyman, and they have to say, hey, we get that this guy's got more baggage than Evander Kane ever had, because this guy's actually gone through the courts. Evander Kane never did. So this guy has got a little bit more than what Kane had. You were willing to kind of fugazi with the Kane situation. Can you with this? And even if one or two of those players say no, let's say that the 5 players they ask, one of them says no. All 4 of them say yes, 1 says no. You can't bring that into the locker room. Or 3 say yes, 2 say no. You definitely can't bring that in the locker room. Because then you got to go to the rest of the team, the other 24 guys in the locker room, and the coaching staff, and the management, and all that. You got to go through all that. Be like, hey, we're thinking about. And if you get more no's than you get yeses, and it's significant, you've got to take that. You've got to listen to the team. Now, counterpoint to that, would he be a valuable asset? Sure. Again, does his drama outweigh his performance? Because you know as well as I do, we live in a very, very biased, hard to play in region of hockey. If you're not having shutouts every night, you're not a good goalie. If you're not putting 900 up every night, you're not a good goalie. You brought your team to 2 Stanley Cup Finals and we still want to run you out of town. And every day it's going to be a circus. Every city we go to, every city the Oilers go to, every game when a team comes in, their reporters are going to ask. It's going to be a circus. Can that locker room withstand the circus and still meet the goal they want to meet? I think the locker room is strong enough, but why? Why would we want that? So again, they were all acquitted, all found not guilty. What are your thoughts? Is it the right call? Is it the wrong call? What are your thoughts on the situation for the 5 guys that were involved way back when? Me personally, I think you shouldn't have drug it out. The cops did their due diligence to begin with. They found when they went through when it happened, because finding out again we found out some more information. She did try and press charges the day after it happened. She did file a police report. And the police went through the due diligence. They went and they investigated. They did an investigation. They talked to the guys back then. They talked to the teammates back then. They talked to her friends. And they found back then there wasn't enough evidence and it wasn't credible enough. So they said, look, we feel bad for your situation, but we don't have enough to push charges. World changed. We went down the Me Too movement path. She did it again. This time, we heard her story. We don't know her name still, but we heard her story. So, there's that. Anyways, guys, I'm happy that they might get a second chance in the AHL, the East Coast Hockey League over in Europe. I just don't think you're going to see any of these players in an NHL uniform unless it's for a bottom feeder team that just needs to fill a roster spot. I believe in second chances. Lord knows I've had more than my fair share of second chances. But to get a second chance and be right put into a winning team, I don't see it happening. So Carter Hart, as much as I want to believe you're going to be in the NHL again, it's just not going to be with the Oilers. I may be wrong. I could be completely out to lunch. I just don't see it being with any team that has any playoff aspirations. At least this year. Next year, year after, revisit, right? Anywho's, my name is Matt for Oilers Fan Reaction. You see the picture. We'll be back. Follow us on all the socials. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your summer. Deuces.